Let me take a different route with this. The first thing that changed after living with the True X Bar 50A wasn't how movies sounded. It was how often I actually wanted to sit down and listen. This is for the kind of person who treats their living room like a personal space, not a showroom. You want sound that adapts to your mood, your time, your routine. Something that feels just as right during a quiet evening as it does during a big movie night. And before you go further, check the current price and stock now, because systems this flexible tend to move fast once people realize what they replace. You don't upgrade to something like this because your TV sounds terrible. You upgrade because it feels limited. Music sounds fine, but it doesn't fill the room. Movies sound clear, but they don't pull you in. You start wishing your setup could do more without turning into a complicated project. That's when the upgrade makes sense. The moment the True X Bar 50A settles in, your space changes. Sound spreads naturally instead of shooting forward. Voices feel placed, not pushed. Effects feel wider, calmer, more controlled. You stop thinking in terms of TV sound and start thinking of it as room sound. Day-to-day use is where it really shines. Streaming music becomes something you do intentionally, not just in the background. Movies feel immersive without forcing the volume. Gaming sounds more precise because audio cues feel anchored in space. Even casual TV watching feels richer, like the room itself is participating. What stands out most is how adaptable it feels. You can keep it simple or expand later, and that flexibility removes pressure. Once you experience sound that grows with you instead of boxing you in, going back feels restrictive. Quick reminder here. Don't assume pricing or availability stays steady. Versatile systems like this tend to sell out when people realize they won't outgrow them quickly. If you're worried this might be more than you need, that hesitation usually comes from past upgrades that felt one-dimensional. What you realize instead is this isn't excess. It's range. It gives you options without demanding them. One unexpected benefit was how natural music sounded at low volumes. You don't need to crank it for it to feel full. That changes how often you actually enjoy it. Owning this feels forward-thinking. Like you chose something that fits your life now and still makes sense later. There's a quiet confidence in knowing your audio won't need replacing anytime soon. Sound fills the room naturally. Music feels engaging at any volume. Movies stay immersive without strain. Your setup feels flexible and modern. You listen more, not louder. It's not meant for people who want instant wall-shaking impact. And it's not the cheapest bar on the shelf. But here's the truth. Every time you compare it to simpler or weaker options, you realize how quickly you'd outgrow them. And delaying this turns into one of those upgrades you wish you'd done when you first felt the itch. If you're ready to move beyond basic TV audio and own a system that adapts to how you actually live, check the True X Bar 50A now and make the upgrade that keeps paying you back.